Hi everyone, welcome to Monster Talent Series. Today we have Justin, beatbox entertainer and
Yeah.
educator from BeatNation. Woo!
Oh.
So we also have here today some kombuchas from Good Nosh to keep us hydrated because
Oh.
while we yap, we want to make sure our throats are lubricated so Justin can also continue to
Can-
beatbox throughout the interview.
Can I try one now?
Yes, of
Can I
course.
try? I got strawberry flavor.
I have winter black origin.
Ooh.
Let me pour some, then we can cheers. Cheers.
Ding.
Could you tell our audience how did you get into beatboxing?
Ooh. So I got into beatboxing when I was first sitting in front of the TV with my family, and there was American Idol. This was back in 2009, 2010.
That was iconic. That was an iconic show.
Yeah, our generation,
Yes, correct.
and so I saw this guy, Blake Lewis. He was a singer, but he was also a beatboxer. And so as he beatboxed on stage, as he held the mic to his hands, I could hear these booming drum sounds come out, and I was like, how in the world could you do that? And so, kids, curious, you just try to do what you hear. And so that's when I tried those kind of sounds. It wasn't great, it wasn't perfect beatboxing, but it was a start, and it was me learning to explore and learning to just do what comes to mind.
Did you have a time in your life where you realized, oh, I've actually mastered this?
Oh.
Or you don't think so yet?
Nah, I don't think so. I feel like I've such a long way to go. Like relative to someone who doesn't beatbox, they would think, wow, this guy's a pro beatboxer. But when I compare myself to the current beatbox scene, in terms of skill, I feel like, man, I'm just average. I may know a few special sounds or two, but I feel like I'm just average. For me, the point at which I say I've mastered it is when I can speak the music I want to speak.
Okay.
So now, for example, if I try to freestyle, sometimes I mess up. And that's because my brain has the idea, but I can't speak it as fluently as I want to.
You basically pre-plan your routines and performances, right?
Sometimes. So it depends on the performance. Sometimes I like to freestyle a bit because one thing about performing is to learn how to connect with the audience.
Yeah.
And so,
it's no longer just beatboxing.
Yeah.
You have to command the crowd.
Yeah. And it's about storytelling, right? So imagine when we are having a conversation like this, I'm not just pulling things out of my mind as scripted.
Okay.
I know these things, but I'm accommodating it to the context.
Yeah.
To who the audience is and what's important to them. Maybe seeing in the moment things like if the kid has a water bottle, then I'll be like,
very cool. It makes it like an immersive, interactive experience.
Yeah. So that's the thing with, I guess, comedians. They know how to capture the moment.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And so capturing the moment is a big thing if you want to be a good entertainer, a good performer.
Speaking about performing, is there a specific performance that you remember, something funny or something special happened that still stays in your mind, you still think about it to this day?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think one of the memorable performances was actually in Sri KL.
Okay.
And what happened was me and another beatboxer, his name is Isaac, we were performing, and these are just kids, right? But the moment we started doing then they recognized that was We Will Rock You.
Yes.
And all the kids were just singing, and it was so loud. You felt their energy. And it was a moment of realizing that, wow, you connect with them not just through the music, but through the stories that we carry in each of our lives, through what they relate to in the way they think and the way they perceive music. I get excited over this song. Oh, teachers have asked me to do the tum tum ta before. Afterwards, they came up to us and asked for autographs, and then they were like, they handed me a marker. Can you sign my hand? I was like,
okay.
Are you sure?
Okay.
I asked the teacher what do I do? This is the first time this has happened.
That's so sweet. That's so cute. To this day, I cannot comprehend beatboxing.
Really?
Like even when I've seen you perform, and I'm like, what?
Okay, then today we're gonna make that change.
Yeah. Okay. Because I'm like, no, seriously. It's like, how do people make those sounds with their mouths, and especially when it's layered sounds? I'm like, okay, what's going on? How does the human body do that?
Yeah, it's something that is hard to comprehend when you don't understand it. But when you understand, like for example, okay, if you're going like it's just like saying a T and then you add a so you go it's like T and then NG.
Okay. Oh
Yeah,
no, that makes sense.
that makes
That does
sense.
make sense. Okay. Cool. Hopefully, maybe Justin will teach me a sound or two later today. Was it really serious in the beginning, or is just something you have a passion for?
It felt like something I grew into. So basically, when I was 13, I went to high school, and then there I am doing like, and then my friends are like, you should check out YouTube. Like their beatboxers better than you. So then I go on YouTube, and there's this guy going like, and I'm like, what is that bass? I would say the turning point would be when I was 15 and I entered a WhatsApp group chat of beatboxers from all around the world.
Oh, guys, there's a WhatsApp group chat
Yeah.
for beatboxers. Oh, all over the world.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Malaysia.
No, it's all over the world. So it's
Okay.
international. So back in the day, social media is still growing and you had used the Facebook groups and people be active, used to be. And then I saw there was a post on Facebook where this guy posted, his name is Chris Potter. And so his stage name is Teapot. So Teapot, yeah, because he's from the UK. So Teapot posted asking, would you like to show your talents to beatboxers from all across the globe? And I thought, man, I'm a good beatboxer back then. I thought. And so I saw it. And 15-year-old me thought, give my number to a stranger. Would my parents approve?
Oh my gosh.
In the end, I did. And lo and behold, I was added to the group.
Beatbox International at the time, were they a YouTube channel?
Yes.
And how many followers did they have at the time?
Wow, back then, maybe 1,000 plus ish, couple thousand.
The Malaysian beatbox community were quite familiar with that channel.
Yeah, because we featured quite a bunch of Malaysians. Reason being, there were a lot of Malaysians in that group chat.
Okay.
And so that's why I also met some of the Malaysians. But because they were Malaysians, so we had connections. We asked the good Malaysian beatboxers for shout out videos, which is a concept where you send in a video to a channel and they'll feature you.
Okay, cool. Oh, I remember like those times before Instagram was really a big thing.
Yeah. Then YouTube is the central hub for you to discover new beatbox talent. But over time, I got more and more involved in the core team with these beatboxers. There's Teapot and Pulsate. So Teapot, Pulsate, and me, we are basically the core team of Beatbox International. Really cool. And so now we stand at 300,000 plus subscribers.
Amazing. Yeah, I saw. I was like, that's a huge reach. How did you find your style? How did you grow your skills over time? So I know you got more involved with this team, but did you do classes or something more professional?
Right. So back in the day, beatbox was something that you just learn by looking at YouTube tutorials, by asking your friends like, hey, can you teach me this song? And then we try to figure it out together. Because beatbox is so new, what I did was I would just jam with friends. I would just watch YouTube videos and try and observe how they do the sound. If they're doing like a, then it's like, okay, how do they position their mouth? And what components of the mouth might use this sound. So that would be our way of learning through community and through YouTube. There was small classes here and there by some of the more experienced beatboxers, but it wasn't really a thing.
Okay, now it's a thing, guys. And he's a teacher in beatbox now, and we'll get into that a little bit later. From what I know, you did go into a degree, a diploma.
Yeah, I did a degree. So I went to the US to study. I did broadcasting and journalism with a concentration in media production for my degree. And I also did a minor in speech language pathology.
I see.
Because I wanted to try to integrate beatbox and something that can help people.
Yeah, no, I think it's really interesting that you found a line of study where you could integrate your passion in.
I started an internship at BeatNation. And then so that was when I was like, you can earn money doing beatbox work. and so after that, I was like, okay, maybe I should do something that relates to beatboxing so that I can apply it later on in life.
All right. What made you decide to go full-time with beatboxing? Because I know that's what you do now, right?
Yeah, correct. What made me go full-time with
maybe you could tell us what exactly do you do right now?
Okay, so what I do right now is I run 3 entities that are under my management. So there is BeatNation, Malaysia's longest standing beatbox community. The other two things that I'm managing are Beatbox International, it's the big YouTube channel. It's more beatbox entertainment. Now the landscape of YouTube is changing, and so is the beatbox scene. And so we are currently trying to be the gateway into the beatbox universe, especially for those new people who see, wow, this beatboxer on TikTok, and then after that you're like, oh, what's this beatbox world about? So maybe this is a place where you can find some direction. Then there's Easy Beatbox. Easy Beatbox is the tutorial channel that I've set up, and so we want to provide access to beatbox education that is very applicable to the new generation of beatboxers.
Yes.
I grew up on tutorials, and I've learned so many different things that I wish were in tutorials these days. So one of the big things is like, okay, here's how to do the sound, blah, 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 step 1, step 2. But you're going to encounter these problems. And if you encounter problem number 1, 2, or 3, here are the solutions to those problems.
No, that's such a good way to be a little bit different in educating, because I think definitely a lot of people, when they want to try things out, they want to like get it right the first time, and when they don't, they
there's
get
like,
frustrated.
I can't do this.
Yes.
But I'm like, no, wait, you probably can't get it right, and this is probably why. And then it really helps people navigate how to learn beatbox, because it's not just I do it and I get it. And many people are different, so you're gonna have different struggles. And so we just got monetized. I just got the email, I just checked it. So it's within a year.
You mean just got monetized? Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. So we plan to post more, definitely. And with these three, that's what my hands are full doing, trying to create content, trying to plan a trajectory in terms of what we do and how we scale. But also really huge attention is focused on how we can create an ecosystem for our students to grow up in, because we grew up and like this is my pathway, but it's not going to be their pathway necessarily. So what is their pathway going to be, and how can we support them in that?
All right, drink break. Cheers.
Cheers.
Going into more about teaching beatbox to students. So what's the best part about that? What's the best part of teaching beatbox to students?
It would be to see them succeed. So in some sense, you feel like a proud parent, or you share the joy that they have when they learn a sound. So if you see them like, how do you do that sound? How do you do that sound? And then eventually they do, then you're like, yes! And then you share their excitement because you know what it takes to learn that sound, and you see how invested they are, and they get it, and you celebrate with them. That's one of the best parts, seeing them succeed, whether it's on stage, whether it's performing their track.
What are some struggles you go through when teaching these kids?
Teaching kids, the struggle would be probably their attention.
Definitely.
Some kids are super invested in it, and so it's a really smooth class. But some kids, it's like, you know how when your parents force you to do something and you don't really want to do it, maybe sometimes you enjoy it, but you're like, I want to play today. And so similarly for these kids, the difficult part, the challenging part would be seeing them through that whole process and believing that there is something that awaits them beyond who they are now. So they may struggle with it now, they may not see the fruit of it or how it's meant to be, but if we can connect where they're at with something that they resonate with, then maybe they will just stick through it. And one day they will look back and thank you, Justin, for not giving up on me, even though I was a bad student. Not that they are bad students, but they are ones who are more invested and more ones who just kind of want to play.
So you're telling me there are some parents who actually willingly make the decision to send their kids to learn beatboxing?
Yeah, that's all our parents, basically. We have some students who are kids, let's say 60% are kids and 40% are teens and up. So there are even adults. There's one student's mother who attended an event we had here, and an event in Subang Parade. A week later, she was like, I'm interested in beatbox classes now. Yes, and so she started beatbox classes. So you have two brothers and a mother learning beatbox now.
Oh, so cool. You mean the brothers are her children?
Yeah. Okay. And she's really good. Like she could do On the first day.
Oh, those kids have a really cool mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you've been doing this for so long, right?
Mhm.
I would say, what, 9, 10 years?
Beatboxing, more than a decade.
More
Yeah.
than- Have you been burnt out? Have you been
Oh,
burnt out?
uh,
Creatively or in any sense?
I wouldn't say I've been burnt out beatboxing wise. I may have been less inspired to perfect my craft. What that means is there was a time where I'd be obsessed about learning whatever new sound I saw on videos, right? That made me really, it catalyzed my beatbox growth in terms of sounds. But just like with any language, you learn the words. The next step is to learn how to form sentences, how to form stories. And my motivation to form stories has been limited before to, okay, maybe I'll join a battle and then I'll make these routines to perform on stage. But after a while, I wasn't really interested in battles. And sometimes active in Beatbox International on the back end, so you don't have a lot of time to focus on your own beatboxing, especially if you're organizing events and stuff.
I guess it's when you make your hobby or passion become like your job.
Yeah. Well, I guess it depends, because if I made my job being a beatbox artist, then I'll make time for that. But right now, my job is kind of like a community builder rather than a beatbox artist. So I spend more time on that as opposed to working on my own beatboxing. And I guess for me, what takes priority tends to be the needs of other people.
Yeah.
And so I don't focus on myself a lot. If I'm going to choose something to invest my energy in, it's going to be this thing that impacts more people.
When you're doing it for something more than that, it really keeps you going.
Yeah.
You were telling me just now, what kind of questions do people ask you?
Yeah. So some questions that people tend to ask beatboxers are, hey, must have talent one to learn. And so my answer is, no, you don't need talent to learn something. It's just like a language or just like a music instrument. You can be slower at learning it, but it doesn't mean you can't learn it. And so there are some students who are definitely faster, some slower, but eventually all of them learn, and it just takes time. And so it's a matter of how dedicated you are to figure out what you're struggling with and how to overcome it. So anyone can learn beatboxing. Some other things that they ask me is like, hey Justin, wow, you can beatbox, how many sounds can you do at the same time? The truth is, typically, you can only layer 2 sounds. That's the most popular way. You can sometimes layer 3 sounds. Maybe if you want to push it 4, but 2 sounds is a good standard that most beatboxers can do and that you see most performers do. For example, you have your humming through the nose, and then we all can do this sound like that, like, right? And if you notice that you can breathe while doing, that's already 2 sounds. Replace the breath with your voice. Give some color to your rhythm. At the 4th sound. But the trick here is, I'm tricking you to believe that there are more sounds being layered on top of each other.
I'm like seeing the process right now. I'm like, okay, that really makes sense.
Yeah.
I can see what you're doing.
It's either replacing sounds or putting sounds in places where they weren't before.
I think the way you explain it definitely makes it more understandable. What's something your students have taught you?
I think a frequent thing that my students teach me is to never stop marveling at beatboxing. Because if I do it so often, which I do, then it's like, oh yeah, it's just like this, right? But then when I go perform for them or when I go teach them, then I, what? How? Then I kind of have to step back and be like, that is a cool sound.
Yes.
And really just appreciate it again.
Yes.
So I think they definitely teach me to never stop marveling at how incredible being able to make such peculiar inhuman sounds with your mouth is. And so I really appreciate being able to have that interaction.
I saw something you said. A story bears no meaning to people who can't understand the language.
Ooh.
So how did beatbox teach you that?
I actually learned that concept when I was studying this subject called short story in the US. And it was just like about stories, right? And it really got me thinking that actually, yeah, you have the communicator, and then you have the receiver, and then you have the message. All communication students, you should know this. But if the message doesn't get to your receiver, then it's like there's no story to be heard or to be understood. And you can be telling the most magnificent story in Punjabi, and if I don't understand it, then I can't appreciate it. So to me, it's not just about the language you're using, but the content you're using. Because you wouldn't tell the same story to people in the city and maybe people in the kampong. Their backgrounds are very different. So maybe if people in the kampong and they have more animals around, maybe the beat I'll drop is then you'll be like, whoa, I know what that is. But if it's people in the city, maybe it's like then it's like, I know that.
No, I was just about to ask, how exactly do you incorporate storytelling into your performances? But I think you just demonstrated.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Okay, that's really cool. Okay, let's say someone does want to take up beatboxing at any age. They could be kids, they could be people in their 20s, or even senior citizens.
Yeah.
What's some advice you would give them, or how can they get started?
Yeah. Fun fact, I taught my grandma how to beatbox. I recorded a video. I haven't posted it, but it's pretty cute. She could learn the sounds.
So again, very cool grandma.
Very cool grandma. Point being, dare to fail. Because you're going to sound silly, you're going to look silly, you're going to feel silly at the start. But that's how we feel learning anything new. Whether it's in your academics, if you answer a question wrong, or whether if you're dancing very awkwardly, or if you're public speaking very awkwardly, it's the start of something. And if you feel uncomfortable, that is where you're going out of your comfort zone. And the beauty of that, it means you're growing. It's like a plant, right? If the roots are not entering new ground, it's not growing. So dare to fail, because anyone can beatbox. If you can speak, if you can move your mouth, if you have a mouth, even if you're mute, you still can beatbox, because we don't all use the vocal cords.
Okay.
So beatbox is literally for anyone, unless you don't have a mouth.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay, I didn't know people who are mute can also beatbox. Okay, so I guess what's left for you to do is, would you be able to teach me 1 or 2 sounds?
Yes. Let's make it 3.
Live.
Let's make it 3. Let's make it 3. Okay.
Okay, this will be live, real time learning how to beatbox from the one and only Justin Tan.
Okay, so first we're gonna start off with the easiest sound. Can you do just a T sound? Yeah, perfect, right? Now make that tighter and sharper. So from yes, perfect. Okay, now let's do a simple rhythm with that. Yeah, okay. Now just with that sound, we're gonna do a beatbox collaboration.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to do keep going. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
There you go. Look at that. We have to keep the rhythm.
Okay.
So that's one sound. Now, if you do the next sound, I'm gonna step it up a notch a bit. Okay, I'm gonna teach you a little bit harder of a sound. This is the kick drum sound. So many people may struggle to get this sound because they're shy, because they don't want to make fart sounds. Okay, but so don't worry about that. You next need to purse your lips together. Okay, and imagine you're saying the word put.
Put.
Okay, put your hand in front of your mouth. Put. You feel the air coming out, right? So what is going to make the difference here is how tight your lips are. If you can tighten your lips right towards the center and build up air pressure and let it out quickly. Go ahead.
Wait, sorry.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so the thing about beatboxing is about repetition. So I'm gonna do it 4 times and you do it 4 times, okay?
Okay.
So again. Now let's do it slower, and I want you to focus on getting it powerful. 3, 2, 1, go. Very nice.
Okay.
Now you have a bit of that bass sound. We're gonna tweak it a bit. I want you to focus on B, where your lips purse a bit more.
B.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't comprehend this, but
Okay, let's try. Let's go. Go. Yes. That third one, you heard that? You felt that?
So.
Okay, so we're gonna take that and we're gonna combine it with the hi-hat. So I want you to do good. And I'm gonna do the third sound.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go. All right. Yeah, we did a very simple.
Okay.
Yeah, and so the third sound, okay? The third sound is just gonna be the and make it easy for you. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Great. So now you do think about the word bottle cutter. Bottle cutter.
Oh, okay.
Hey. Yeah, there you go.
Amazing.
I want you to try pocket crystal, big crystal, pocket crystal, big crystal, crystal, big crystal, crystal.
Okay, let's try this.
Big crystal, crystal, big crystal, crystal, big crystal. Yeah, you had the rhythm there.
Okay.
The could come a bit earlier,
Okay.
but the rhythm was all on point, which tells me that you can definitely get this with enough practice.
If I was able to learn from Justin just like that, so can you?
So can you?
Yeah. So, Justin, would you like to plug what you do? Maybe your classes.
Yeah. So if you're interested in beatbox classes, whether it's just like trying out, you can just try out one class, and if you don't like it, sure. But if you like it, then what do you have to lose, right? So try out beatboxing. You can even try it in your room. You can look at easy beatbox tutorials online. You see a red logo. That's our online tutorials. If you just want to do it in your room privately first, that's fine too. But if you want a human to like really coach you to be able to see what your weaknesses are and how you could improve and what your strengths are, then hit us up, BeatNation. Find us on Instagram, drop a DM, and we'll see you there.
Woo! Okay, thank you so much,
Thanks
Justin,
for having
your
me.
time today. That's all we have for you today. And look out for the next talented person that we will be getting to know.